Hello everyone, this is Maki. An amazing Gunpla has just been announced. The high-grade MANDOR GUNDAM. It's a mobile fighter that appears in G Gundam. In the story, it had quite a short screen time compared to the main characters. However, it's still a Gundam that displayed great strength and had a wild and unique design. The staff poured their passion and love into it. So, while checking out the high-grade Gunpla, let's also explore the question, what exactly is the MANDOR GUNDAM? Before we dive into the main topic, I have a quick announcement. On my channel, I'm looking for support through membership. For just 99 cents a month, you can get a name badge and special stamps for your comments. Now, let's begin the analysis. The MANDOR GUNDAM is the Gundam of me on a pole. Its Gundam fighter is named Kiro Mekiro. Mandala is a traditional religious symbol that originated in ancient India. It is also sometimes used to refer to tools meant to honor the spirits of the dead. The MANDOR GUNDAM seems to be modeled after a bell for mourning the spirits of the dead. At first glance, it may appear to be a comical Gundam. However, the story surrounding the MANDOR GUNDAM is actually very serious. During a Gundam fight match, Kiro lost his sight. From that point on, he came to deeply hate the very act of Gundam fight itself. He even assassinated Gundam fighters outside of official matches. His skill was overwhelming, rivaling even that of the members of the Shuffle Alliance. Kyo demonstrates skills that are on par with the powerful stick techniques of Saisaishi, who has inherited the title of Club Ace. Domin himself exclaimed in surprise during the story, saying, "It's exactly the same." Fueled by hatred, Kiro cornered Domin. But he was defeated in their final sword fight. At first glance, it may seem that Domin simply won thanks to his superior swordsmanship. Of course, it's true that Domin's sword skills surpassed Kiro's. However, the real truth was revealed in what Kiro said just before he left the story. When their swords clashed, Kiro saw the figures of friends supporting Domin. As I mentioned earlier, Kiro was blind. In fact, he had lost his sight in battle 12 years earlier. Now, let's take a closer look at this scene. There are children close to Domin present, too. Their ages are unclear, but 12 years ago they either hadn't been born yet, or were infants. In that same scene, Schwartz's brother is also present. That's Kyoji, in the masked form of Schwartz, a being that didn't exist 12 years earlier. Kyo witnessed people he had never seen with his own eyes. This scene reveals that Domin's soul, which values its bonds with friends and continues to work honestly, allowed the blind Kiro to see the light once more. Kiro was defeated not only by Domin's swordsmanship, he was also defeated spiritually by the radiance of friendship, which he had always dismissed as trivial. Touched by the noble spirit of a true martial artist, Kiro regained the light and set out on a journey to atone for his misdeeds. In doing so, he reclaimed the original purpose of the mandala, a bell for mourning the dead. In his final scene, Kiro is shown walking toward the light, a truly unforgettable image. In the final battle, Kiro returns to reinforce Domin and the others. Instead of simply vanishing from the story, the scene suggests his transformation from an assassin of the world of darkness into a Gundam fighter who protects the light. Incidentally, there's an interesting moment in the final battle. During the fight against the Dark Gundam in space, past Gundams made guest appearances. In MANDOR GUNDAM's ultimate technique, the Gundam GP01 and GP02 from 0083 joining as well. Ko and Goto fought as enemies until the end of their story. Yet, in MANDOR GUNDAM's ultimate technique, the two are shown working together. Director Yasuhiro Imagawa also has a deep affection for the MANDOR GUNDAM. Let's take a look at part of his interview included on the Laserdisc. I remember sketching out the design with Yoshitaka Kawaguchi, who was in charge of the setting, while having fun. We came up with the design in the same studio where the voice actors were recording their lines. I respected Kawaguchi for his ability to accurately understand the direction we wanted the design to take. One idea that we didn't use for the Shining Gundam was applied to the MANDOR GUNDAM. It was the idea of a Gundam wrapped in tattered cloth. I thought that making the worn-out cloth stand out more than the machine parts would create a stronger impression of a wandering figure. I wanted to depict a Gundam walking forward with ragged claws fracturing in the wind. We used that idea for the face of the MANDOR GUNDAM. Had the fight with the burning Gundam lasted longer, we might have created a scene in which the MANDOR GUNDAM removes the cloth from its face. Anyone who sees the MANDOR GUNDAM for the first time will definitely laugh. However, no matter how uncool a design may appear, it's my job to make it look cool through direction. The coolness of the design itself and how cool it appears on screen are two different things. What matters is that the MANDOR GUNDAM appears, moves, and fights coolly. When sketching a design, I always consider how it will operate in animation. The lower part of the bell produces frames from the thrusters to make it move. That looks cool. It's a unique trait that no other Gundam has. That's why I really wanted MANDOR GUNDAM to have more opportunities to shine. However, there is one scene that made me laugh. At the end of its battle with Burning Gundam, MANDOR GUNDAM gets cut apart. I couldn't help but laugh and say, there's nothing inside. Despite those kinds of unexpected moments, though I liked it a lot. When MANDOR GUNDAM breaks apart, I debated using the sound of a bell ringing as the effect. MANDOR GUNDAM gained popularity thanks to its eccentric design and the way its story and battle scenes were directed. Among G Gundam fans, MANDOR GUNDAM has a strong following. Now, the high-grade Gunpla has been announced. This is truly proof that Image's direction was a success. Additionally, the Gunpla comes with gimmicks that didn't appear in the anime. Mr. Imagawa himself thought up these gimmicks. His wish for MANDOR GUNDAM to be more active has now been realized in the form of these gimmicks. One example is a tiny MANDOR GUNDAM that emerges from its staff. A small MANDOR GUNDAM springs out from the bell. How would these forms function as techniques? Also included is a large part representing the cloth wrapped around its face. With this, you can recreate the cloth fracturing in the wind effect. Mr. Imagawa's vision has been faithfully reproduced in the Gunpla. Building the Gunpla while imagining these elements would undoubtedly be a fun experience. The high-grade MANDOR GUNDAM will be released as a premium Bandai exclusive item. The price is around $20. Note that the price may fluctuate depending on exchange rates. Reservations in Japan will begin on August 21. Shipping is scheduled for November 2025. Please note that schedules vary by country and region. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next program.